Good afternoon, it's meteorologist Michael Fecca. Welcome back to the afternoon weather update. We do this every day here during the work days and on weekends. We stream it out to all of our streaming platforms, including Facebook and YouTube. So if you're joining from either place, please feel free to leave us a question or a comment. Hopefully I'll be able to go through them all as I go through the forecast. But if not, I'll go through at the very end, see if I can answer anything for you individually. But let's get started here with a look at our headlines, what we're tracking out the next couple of days, starting with this afternoon. It's gorgeous out there. We started off with some cloud cover, even a few showers to the north of the Evansville area, but we should remain mostly dry here through the rest of this afternoon and this evening. We'll start to see partly cloudy skies build back in late tonight, and then eventually some showers possible late in the overnight hours. That will persist into the day on Saturday, along with a chance for a couple of thunderstorms through Saturday afternoon and into Saturday evening, but they're still going to be fairly scattered. So not everybody's going to see a shower or a storm here through tonight or even into tomorrow, but some folks might, and that may put a damper on some outdoor plans, but we're not expecting anything widespread. And then we're tracking out even more chances for showers and storms as we head into next week. We'll be tracking out a cold front that'll be moving in from the west very slowly, but before that cold front gets in here, we're going to be talking about summer-like heat building in this weekend as well. Temperatures climbing up into the 90s, our first 90s of the year possible. So let's get a good look at what's going on out there across the country. We've got area of high pressure sitting off to our east. That's what's funneling in some air from the south. So we've warmed up a good bit today compared to yesterday and the day prior, but we also have this system building over the central plains, and that's what's going to be pushing in here. This frontal boundary will lift northward overnight into Saturday, and that's what's going to trigger that chance for a couple of showers and storms. But taking a closer look, we did have some of those showers and storms move through earlier this morning. A lot of that actually fizzled out before it even reached the tri-state. The radar's lagging a little bit here, but you can see we had this cluster of storms move in, barely even making it south of I-64. So some folks up towards Wayne, Edwards, and Wabash County, even up towards Gibson, Pike, and Du Bois County saw some shower activity, but the rest of us stayed dry this entire day, and it looks like we'll stay dry here through much of the night tonight. And we've already cleared out a good bit as well. Many of us seeing mostly sunny skies, partly cloudy skies in a few spots here in the Evansville area and even into Owensboro, but mostly sunny south there in Henderson and Madisonville, and even off to our north towards Huntingburg and Fairfield. All of us have warmed up mainly into the mid 70s right now. We may tack on a couple of more degrees here over the next few hours, but we could top out in the lower 80s for the day. Now, looking at our Friday after 5 forecast, is the first one of the year, so it'd be a good night to head down to the Owensboro riverfront there in River Park and enjoy some food and some live music. We don't really have any issues here. Again, mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. It'll be warmer at the start of the festival, but then as we head through the evening hours, we should start to cool back down into the 60s overnight tonight with that cloud cover building in overnight, along with that chance for a few spotty showers. Temperatures dropping down to around 69. Tomorrow will warm up through the mid 80s for Saturday afternoon. Partly to mostly cloudy skies, some scattered showers and storms possible. I think the best chances for that will be through the morning hours. Now, in terms of our severe weather threat, we do have a low-end severe weather risk here. We're talking about a level 1 marginal risk for an isolated strong to severe storm. We don't really have all the great setup that some areas to our north and west have out towards areas like Nebraska, down towards Kansas, and even a little bit into Colorado. That's where they're looking at the best chance for some severe weather. But here at home, that level 1 risk does encompass the majority of the tri-state here. So an isolated strong to severe storm tomorrow can't be completely ruled out. Let me walk you through the timing here tonight and into tomorrow. So staying dry through our Friday evening, clouds building in overnight, and along with the cloud cover, we could catch a couple of those showers very, very early Saturday morning. And then as we translate into the daylight hours, we'll get some of that daytime heating element, and that's where we'll see the potential for some of those storms to develop. And again, we're looking at some isolated to scattered storms, so it's not going to be a widespread issue. I think we still have plenty of dry time through our Saturday, so if you do have any outdoor plans, just keep that in mind. You want to keep an eye on the sky, but I don't think you necessarily have to cancel anything because it's not going to be a washout by any means. And then as we head through the evening hours, we'll see the kind of shower and storm activity dissipate with the loss of that daytime heating, and then we'll have cloud cover hang around through the overnight hours. Now, in terms of that risk. If we do see any strong or severe storms develop, we're only looking at maybe an isolated damaging wind gust or even some hail. So we're not concerned with tornadoes or flooding with this. So it's very typical. This is more of your summertime pattern where it's just getting so hot and humid that you see these storms bubble up along that frontal boundary, and you could get some gusty winds and some hail out of it. So not a severe weather outbreak by any means, but keep an eye on the sky, especially if you're going to be outdoors for tomorrow. Thunder roars, get indoors. That is always the safe way to go about it. Even if we don't get any severe storms, lightning is still fairly dangerous. But I think the bigger story here as we go through the weekend is going to be the temperature. So we'll top out upper 70s to right around 80 degrees this afternoon, getting into the mid 80s for tomorrow, and then eventually up into the lower 90s by the time we get into Sunday. And not only is it going to be hot, but it's going to be sunny. We'll clear out nicely for the second half of the weekend, along with the nice southerly breeze that's going to filter in some of that more humid air. So it is going to feel stickier out there through the second half of the weekend as well. So it's a true taste of summer headed into Sunday. And it looks like those warmer temperatures will stick around through the start of the work week as well. We'll top out in the upper 80s to lower 90s headed into Monday, and then we'll have a cold front slide in through Tuesday, Wednesday, possibly even lingering a bit there into Thursday, and that'll bring us our best chances for some more showers and storms. So taking a look at that shower and storm chances, the greatest potential for that will be on Tuesday, but some of that may linger into Wednesday. So let me show you the longer range European model here. For Monday, we still have that low chance for maybe a pop-up shower or storm. It's going to be similar to a summertime setup where it's just so hot and humid. You get the heating of the day, some of that bubbles up and then bubbles back down fairly quickly. But I think the better chances for anything organized will be along that cold front. So that will be moving through late Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday night, and then some of that lingers through Wednesday morning before it clears off to our south and east gradually through Wednesday afternoon and into Thursday. Now it looks like we'll have high pressure building in through the end of the work week. So at this point in time, it looks like we stay dry Wednesday or Thursday and Friday before some more showers work their way back in for next weekend. Now, in terms of any severe weather potential for next week, it's still a bit fuzzy at this point in time. We're a good bit away, but it does look like there is that chance again, for maybe a marginal or even a slight risk of severe storms on Tuesday. The better potential for that still remains off to our northwest. So at this point in time, we're not tracking out anything widespread in terms of severe weather, but we'll get a better idea on the setup here, and we'll be able to kind of detail that a little bit more over the course of the weekend. So continue to stay tuned here, and we'll keep you updated on that potential. Now, the other aspect of the story is we've been so dry recently. We really haven't had a very wet year at all. The winter was fairly dry, even though we got a lot of snow, but we haven't seen a whole lot of rain this spring either. So we are in the drought across the tri-state, and with all of these rain chances headed through in the next week, we'll only pick up around a half an inch, maybe up to 1.5 inches in some spots. I think the more wetter areas will be to our west and to our north, with the least amount of rain falling across western Kentucky, which is where the worst of the drought is. So even though we're getting some rainfall, it may prevent it from getting worse, but I don't think we'll see anything beneficial in terms of busting that drought. A lot of us still remain under that abnormally dry category here. That's that yellow color through much of southern Illinois and southwest Indiana. The worst of it, as I mentioned, still over western Kentucky, where they're looking at anywhere between moderate to extreme drought, especially across portions of Hopkins, Muhlenberg, and Ohio County. So here's a look at the 7-day forecast for you, and I can take this full screen so you can get a better look at it. Tracking out a few storms tomorrow, maybe an isolated strong to severe storm, but nothing widespread. If we do see anything develop, we would have that potential for some stronger wind gusts or even some hail, so keep that in mind. If you do have any outdoor plans, you may have to seek shelter for a little bit as those storms blow on by, but they're going to be pretty spotty, so not everybody is going to see a storm through the weekend here. A good amount of folks will probably even remain dry. And then that summer-like heat continues to build up for Sunday, topping out in the upper 80s to lower 90s through the second half of the weekend, and we'll hold on to the upper 80s even headed into the beginning of the work week before that cold front gradually cools us down through the 80s and into the 70s for the middle and end of next week, drying out probably by Thursday and into Friday. So that's all I've got here for the forecast. Let me go ahead and take a look at some of the comments and see if I can answer anything for you Good evening to you, or yeah, good evening, Anne, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. Megan says she's praying for tomorrow afternoon is somehow nice. Need good weather for a birthday party. Well, I don't think it's going to be a washout by any means. Again, we'll have that chance for some showers and storms, so you do need to keep that in mind. But I don't think it's anything that's going to completely ruin a birthday party. Hopefully, the storms hold off in your area for your sake. I'm on your side on that one. Laura is watching from Dawson Springs. Thank you for joining us. Good afternoon to you, Cheyenne. And Anne has just corrected herself. She meant good afternoon, not good evening. Marilyn says, bring on the rain, the farmers need it. I know, but unfortunately, even if we do get thunderstorms through tomorrow, what we really need to help out the farmers and kind of bust us out of this drought is a more widespread soaking rain, and that just doesn't appear to be showing up here in the forecast. A lot of the rain chances we have here are going to be fairly scattered, even headed into next week. What we really need is just a big precipitation shield of rain where it just kind of washes out the entire day to really help soak up that ground. So I don't really see that, but any little bit of rain does help out everybody. So hopefully the folks that need it get it. Hopefully the folks that don't want it stay dry through the weekend. But of course, you know how the weather works. The storms will show up where they want. But that is all I've got here for the forecast. So I'll send you guys over, to 14 News at 4, 5, and 6 for all the latest news and weather headlines. I'll be right back here at 9 o'clock tonight for our all weather, all streaming show. And then, of course, I'll be back on tonight at 10 for more news and weather. So enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Get out there. It's nice and warm. I don't think we'll have any showers through the rest of today. So enjoy Friday after 5 if you're heading down there to the Owensboro Riverfront. And until then, everybody, stay safe.